กับ Thai PBS World ค่ะ Welcome to Thai PBS World. Tonight I carry on with an interview with EU Ambassador to Thailand. Last night he emphasized how relations and partnership between EU and ASEAN are really important for regional peace and stability. Tonight I asked him on the strategy of ASEAN outlook on Indo-Pacific, how he evaluated this strategy and how EU digested ASEAN outlook on Indo-Pacific.
This outlook was endorsed not so long ago, if I'm not mistaken, at the last, let's say, domestic ASEAN summit a couple of months ago. As a European, everything I see in that outlook I like. The values and the approach are about, they are about coordination, they are about prosperity, they're about connectivity, they're about rule of law, international law, freedom of navigation, UNCLOS. Really, it has everything that we would like to see in a strategy, and it puts at the center of it the already existing governance mechanisms of multilateral diplomacy in Asia, like ARF and others. So I think I'm looking forward to see what my minister says, but the impression I have is that the outlook is a fantastic opportunity for Europe to highlight the European approach to the world and to diplomacy.
4 years of working with ASEAN, what do you see as the important role of chair of ASEAN? You've been through like Singapore, Cambodia, Laos,
yes.
And this year is Thailand. What do you think is opportunity for Thailand as the chair of ASEAN?
I think, the chair is very important because you really are setting the agenda of the year, and ASEAN, just like the European Union, is more and more trying to have chairmanships that take into consideration what the previous one did and the next one is going to do. So it's not just a one-off, there's a level of continuity. This year especially, ASEAN, the Thai chair of ASEAN is concentrating on something that is going to be with us for a long time, which is sustainability. Sustainability is a concept and an approach that is going to be with us for a long time. What you see in terms of climate change, what you see in terms of pollution of the seas, what you see in terms of pollution of the air that we all breathe, all these issues are very much linked in sustainable development and sustainable economic practice and sustainable energy.
Professionally, you are working with European Union for more than 20 years, and you see changes of EU and ASEAN at the same time as well. What do you see as the challenges coming for EU at this juncture? Because when talking about regional cooperation, people just tend to give example that we should look at European Union as our role model in terms of regional cooperation. At this point, if you have to evaluate EU as the role model of ASEAN, what's the message you'd like to tell ASEAN?
Well, we always say that we're not the role model for ASEAN. We always say that that regional integration has to be built in its own merits and in its own way around the world. We want to see more and more regional cooperation. We think regional cooperation, even regional integration, is extremely positive to protect regions from all kind of economic headwinds, make neighbors talk to each other instead of shoot at each other. So we see it as very positive. The ASEAN way and the European way are closer than people think, but there is a strong difference as well. We have focused pretty much from the beginning to bring institutions, create institutions, bring institutions and law. That makes it very strong, but at the same time, the level of political investment to get there is very, very high.
Ambassador, your mission is going to finish the end of July. What's the message of your point of departure to finish your mission?
To highlight very strong, as strong as I can, the relevance of ASEAN, the relevance of the European Union, the relevance of our relations. This was my feeling when I came 4 years ago. Unfortunately, the world has changed so much in the last 4 years that this kind of projects of peace, this kind of projects of cooperation are even more important than they were before. As we like to say in the EU is very important for its countries, for its citizens, but the EU wants to be, and is also, in my opinion, a global good. I think the same could be said about ASEAN. ASEAN is important for the people, leave no one behind, important for the 10 countries, but it's also important for Asia, and therefore for the stability of the world.
And we should say this is another ASEAN week for Thailand, especially this week. And that's all of Thai PBS World tonight.